Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul. And as you know, from time to time, we like to get out in the community and see what's happening. Check out the great things that are going on in our community. Today, we're at Bethlehem Lutheran Church and School, and we're joined by Pastor Drew Ross. Pastor, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
All right. Thanks for having us here.
Absolutely.
At your occasion. So, ironically, April showers bring May flowers. We were supposed to be filming outside to check out a really cool project that you're working on here. But it's raining, and so we're in here. And Pastor, you've been here about 4 years?
Yeah, right at 4 years.
All right, and I had the opportunity to meet you when you first came from Florida in a snowstorm, and you were wearing flip-flops.
Absolutely, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
So every time I see Pastor Ross, he's wearing flip-flops. And today, in honor of our shoot, you wore shoes.
Just for you.
Just for me.
Just for you.
So Pastor, we're out here today to check out a really cool project that you have going out that was born in the church, and it's called the Living Well Showers. Tell us about that.
Well, Living Well Showers, it really branches from a ministry that we have here at Bethlehem called The Table. And at The Table, every single Thursday night, for the past 9 years, we've been welcoming the homeless population of the west side of Denver, in particular Lakewood, right off of Colfax, right here to Bethlehem. So we have anywhere between 125 to 200 homeless here every Thursday, where we serve a meal, and we have a worship experience that happens here. From that, the main goal has been relationship. Well, from relationship, we've always tried to find out what more can we do in order to share love with our homeless neighbors. One of the things that popped up was a need for showers, and so we were able to jump on that opportunity, and from that, Living Well Showers has been born.
Yep, it's really cool, and I think we kind of take it for granted the opportunity just to have a warm shower every day, and I think we learned from our homeless friends that one of the hardest things for them is to find an opportunity to have a warm shower to go to work, right? And we want to be able to go get a job if you don't have a place to shower. So this was an incredible need, and it sounds like this is the only one operating in all of the metro area.
Absolutely. In fact, it's the only one operating within several states around us. There's only a few of these in the country. You know, really a lot of this was birthed out of what you were mentioning before, the need that people have for simple necessities in life. And if we keep saying we want people to have showers, or if we want people to have jobs, or we want people to try to make these steps in life, well, it's difficult to try to take steps in life, and nobody's going to choose you for a job if there's just something like you smell,
right?
And if hygiene isn't there, and so we kept looking back towards the root of how can we start to make change that will be impactful for people, and we realized something as simple as a shower isn't happening. From my own straw poll that I've been taking with our homeless right here in our community, I was learning that many of our homeless were having a shower maybe once a month.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe once a month. And for myself, I'm at least one a day, if not 2 or 3 a day, depending on what I'm doing. And I realized that what's happening is that we had simply been stripping dignity away from people that are just like you and just like me. But if we aren't satisfied with stripping dignity away from people, then how can we offer dignity back towards people?
Amazing. And so the trailer goes behind a truck, and does it have 4 stalls?
Yeah, it's got 4 stalls. It's a 24-foot long trailer. People might see us roaming around Lakewood, as it's got big branding on it, says Living Well Showers, and it's a 24-foot long trailer pulled behind a truck. There are 4 stalls, like what you said. 3 of them are relatively smaller stalls where there's a changing space, there's a stool, a spot where you can put your bag or whatever it is that you have, a sink, mirror, and then a shower. So there are 3 of them just like that. Then the 4th one is wheelchair friendly. So it has a ramp that comes down, much larger space, and so those with wheelchairs can go in there. And you know who else has been using that stall quite a bit have been our homeless families right here in Lakewood.
Okay.
So then families can stick together, be together, really as if they're using the bathroom at home. I know what I've got small kids, and when it's time for shower time, right, it's everybody trying to serve one another as a family. So we're putting a lot of families in that stall as well.
That is amazing. How many showers are you providing a day?
You know, we provide quite a few. There's a limit and there's not a limit to what we can do in a day. Let me tell you some of the logistics of the trailer. Okay. We have a 300-gallon freshwater tank. We have a 600-gallon wastewater tank. So what that means is we can fill fresh water and empty it twice before we would need to dump and restart again. We can get a lot of showers. I mean, we're getting close to, we can push up to 50 showers out of one day if we use that one tank twice. Right now, we're not going through all of that water, but we can, which is great for people to know in our community that this resource can be used kind of nonstop. Our goal is to be used as often as people need us.
Yeah. And so when somebody comes to take a nice hot shower, do you have soap and shampoo and towels? How does that all work?
bet, yeah,
You must have partners and
We
volunteers.
do. We've got partners galore, and this runs off of volunteers. Really what that means is it runs off of people who care about the community. It's perfect in that way. So when somebody shows up to take a shower, there's no appointment necessary. It's nothing like that. You simply show up, you let us know you need a shower, and we've trained our volunteers to be welcoming, loving, to share love, share dignity, and offer people what has been taken away from them. And so if there's a line, we'll let you know how long it'll be. Hopefully we can check you in right away, and we'll hand you a towel. We're gonna hand you some soap and shampoo. We're using hotel stuff, like the hotel bars of soap, hotel shampoos. We also have, depending on location, some other toiletries that are available. So at some locations, we're able to offer things like toothbrushes and toothpastes and razors and shaving cream and deodorant, things like that as well. At some of our locations, we'll put all of those things together in a tub, kind of like when we were back in the dorms. Remember, filling the tubs up and walking towards the dorm bathroom. You enter into that space that's private, just for you. Here's what we've noticed: our homeless community rarely have privacy. We want to offer privacy. So you take that, you have privacy in your shower. You come back out, and we'll take whatever you're no longer using, your dirty towel, but we make it simple. We make it simple in all of the things we provide.
So talk to me about your partners. You got the volunteers, you got the partners. I think in a lot of ways Bethlehem Lutheran is spearheading or pioneering a lot of the services to homelessness. And for the city of Lakewood, while homelessness has always been here, we're starting to see more of it. And we realize, in light of a lot of the conversations in the community as a whole, that these folks are here, and we need to work together, not only as the government, but as the faith-based community and as other nonprofits who are doing great things. We can all come together to make a difference. And do you think that's kind of part of this?
It has to be. Right? We only succeed where there are partnerships. As a matter of fact, whether we're talking the table or living well showers, we partner. Here's what we can do here at Bethlehem. We can serve food really, really well. We're good at that. I mean, obviously, we're good at serving food here. We do that well. We worship well. And then we love people really well. That's what we can do. There are other organizations that we partner with that provide things like housing, that work towards providing things like job applications and how to go through that process and lining people up. We bring in those professionals towards us. We can't do those things. We're not professionals at that, but others are. So, from the very, very beginning, we've partnered with organizations like the city of Lakewood. That's been our goal. We partnered with Jeffco Human Services from the very, very beginning. Other nonprofits that are working towards homeless solutions right here in Lakewood. We have about a dozen organizations that we partner with constantly. We received a grant even to get the trailer started from Lutheran Church Extension Fund because we're partnering with them as well. All of this hinges on specialties and people coming together, and in the end, we're simply able to offer this ministry.
You bet. And you nailed it. People coming together. And Lakewood is a loving community, and I know that our folks want to find ways to serve and find ways to volunteer and really help a population that may need a hand. And so tell us, where can folks find the shower?
I'm thankful you asked that question. That's what we need most right now, is volunteers that will come to our locations and serve. So right now, we are in 3 locations during the week. However, we're adding those locations constantly. So when people come to our website, which I'm sure I'll be able to share here in a little bit, people come to our website, they can see where we're at and where we're going. Right now, we are at Mean Street Ministries, which is 14th and Ammons, every Tuesday. We are right here at Bethlehem every Thursday evening. And then also this month, we're beginning at Arvada Food Bank also. So we're launching in those 3 places now. We also are going to be adding places constantly. You know what we need more than anything else is we need volunteers.
Volunteers.
Yeah, so many people are interested in this ministry, but I think so many people see it and they say, that's awesome. I bet they have so many people going on right now that they certainly don't need me. The opposite is true. We need people.
Okay.
We need people who will say yes.
That's great. So it's a great opportunity to get that call out to the Lakewood community to say, hey, we know you want to help. Here's an opportunity. And I think something that's happened in our community recently with the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless and an application, for some homeless services has sparked a lot of interest. And this is a challenging subject, and you deal with, you said you have between 120, 150. A lot of those people are actually homeless in Lakewood, right?
Yeah. Oh, almost everybody we see on a Thursday night right here, 80%, I'm making up a number here, 80% plus, 80, 90% right here in Lakewood, right here.
Yep. And you see some of them have jobs, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've been doing this long enough that we've been helping people get jobs. Some of them have figured it out on their own too, but they continue to come back because the relationship is here, right? And so many of our homeless are just what you said. They're not all people that don't have jobs. Many of them have jobs. They're just low-paying jobs, and so some of them may be into an apartment, maybe not. Maybe they're into an apartment, but they still can't afford, food on a weekly basis. They still can't afford hygiene items on a weekly basis. So there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of trying, but they're just not there yet to be self-sufficient.
Yep, you bet. And so what my goal is with this conversation that has started, we can really start to capitalize and look at the partnerships that are out there and get folks more involved and say, hey, we recognize we have a homeless situation, not only in Lakewood, but in Jefferson County. And we must come together as a community to work on this and support our partners who are doing these sort of great efforts.
Every time we've partnered with somebody, our efforts have taken a large step forward. It happens every time we work together. When we stick to ourselves, it slows everything down. We work together.
You bet.
And there's the momentum there.
Yeah, you bet. So, Pastor, how do you reach the homeless? How do they know that this program exists?
So there's a few ways that we reach people that they know that we're available. One is through the table, and then simply word of mouth, right? News spreads within a general population among people constantly. Same thing happens in the homeless population. News spreads, and so word of mouth. We also have some small cards that we've given to all of the libraries right here in Jefferson County, and other ministries and other nonprofits that are right here in our neighborhood. We've given them some cards that has a schedule on there of where we are, how to get to us, and any information that they might need. And so those cards people can certainly find at right along Colfax mostly.
Right. So, Pastor, is everybody welcome at the table?
That's what's great about the table is, as much as I've talked about homelessness, anybody and all people are welcome at the table. As a matter of fact, I know that if I were just moving into Denver now, the table would be somewhere I would check out. You know what? It's a hodgepodge of people. Who doesn't want to be around a hodgepodge of people that live in our community that all desire to change the world together? That's what the table is.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
And I've had the opportunity to come out, and I've really enjoyed getting to meet neighbors. You see neighborhood leaders. You see our Lakewood police drop in, and it's all about building the relationships. And the more we get to know our neighbors, the better we're all going to be as a community.
Absolutely. And the homeless agree with that sentiment over and over and over again. There typically is a rub or a frustration between a homeless population and authorities, especially like police forces. Right. What we've noticed at the table is that as the police have started to make an appearance here at the table, and maybe I'll introduce them, something like that. If I introduce police at the table, they'll get a standing ovation now. And the reason is because there's such a relationship there. They know that the police are there to provide security and safety and love, and vice versa, that the police know that the homeless are there to have a relationship with. If things happen when people come together, just like what you've said repeatedly.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Thank you to your congregation for the ministry that you're providing and for the service you're providing to the city of Lakewood. I mean, it's incredible to see what's going on. I encourage our viewers to come out, check it out on a Thursday night, come out and see the shower in action. And more importantly, let's continue this conversation about homelessness in our community. By working together, we may not be able to end it, but we can start to move the needle, and we must do that more so now than ever.
Absolutely. I'm thankful that we live in a city that's proactive enough to have this mindset and move forward together.
Great. Well, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Spotlight on Lakewood. There's so many wonderful things happening in our city, and it starts with just one person, one idea, one dream, or somebody saying, I want to change that. It doesn't have to be the pastor, it doesn't have to be me, it can be you. And I encourage you to look for ways to change our community for the better. Until next time, remember, we'll do great things.